Hi, and welcome back to another channel. So we just finished the first game of this season, and I'm going to be doing a post-match reaction, obviously. But this season, new season, I'm going to try and be rating my post-match reactions by like 5 points. I'm going to list them so that like I will not just be talking for a long time or that, so that like you will know by those points how much I rated the game highly or not, and if by the end of those points, we'll know whether like um it's a successful game or not. Like you two, you can decide for yourself. So the points we'll be highlighting in every post-match reaction now is one, the lineup, how much I rate the lineup, how much I'm happy with the lineup, how much I think the lineup is possible to win the game, regardless of how the game actually goes. Just like this, of like seeing the lineup on the first bat, Johnson lineup, then the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes of like each half, just because like that's already 30 minutes, and like that's 30 minutes of like 60 minutes, right? So yeah. We are going to rate the goals that will be scored, just because like there are team goals, there are individual goals, fantastic goals, all of that, like so that we can also rate individual players. Then we're going to rate subs. Why I'm going to rate subs, or like why subs is on this list, is because of like to also show how tactically good Pochettino is. Not like he's not good, but just because I also want to see his progress, like whether his subs make impact or they don't, or whether like they regress the game or like they progress the game, or whether like the players that are consistently subs, whether like they should stay subs or if they deserve to play, and if their impact subs, things like that. Sure. Then the last one is what I liked and didn't like, just because in every match, like, and all the fans that go to any match or watch any match, like there are definitely things you like more than the next person and things like that. So like I'm going to highlight things I like and I didn't like, just to see whether it resonates with a lot more people or not, or if like you disagree, just to get conversation going, right? So yeah. Then without further ado, let's discuss the match. So the lineup came out. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I'm going to insert it somewhere on the screen so I can see. But I'm sure you'll have seen the lineup. The things I didn't agree with, maybe not agree with, or the things that I was just surprised to see was that I don't know if his name is Axel. Like they pronounced his name, but I can't remember. But like, yeah, him that played as a defender today. I was that eventually scored for us. I didn't think he was going to play. To be honest, I had Colwill, Thiago Silva, Chilwell, and James as the only defenders that were going to play for us today. Only to see the lineup, and I was like, "Are we playing a back three? Is it a back five? Is it a back four?" Like I did not know. I was surprised, but many people liked it. A bit surprised, but still were okay with it because like they get to see a new player, and like then we had more bodies in the midfield and all of that, just because like some people were not confident with having just Enzo and Gallagher in the midfield and a double pivot, or all of that. So yeah, I was also surprised that Modric didn't start. I had him to start in my own lineup prediction that I didn't post, but like yeah, that I was just expecting Modric to start, and they said it that like Modric didn't start because of what Liverpool's lineup look like after Pochettino said that, because Nkunku is injured. So yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm not so upset by it. I will rate the lineup and how successful it was today 8/10, just because like some players didn't play well throughout the whole 90 minutes, but like they had like good spells, bad spells, things like that. So I feel like all in all, we didn't lose, and I feel like coming out of that match, we might have been the better team. So I would say the lineup worked. Yeah, 8/10 for me. Then the first 15 to 20 minutes of the first and second half. The first half, I think it was kind of the same thing. Like we started off slow, maybe a bit faster in the second half, but we also started slow in the first half and the second half, and that was when like Liverpool had their best spells. in both halves when we were like starting slow and things like that. And that's where like Liverpool's goal came from. Um our keeper, we don't have a keeper yet. That's just what I'll just say. I'll just put that, I'll just drop that there. We don't have a keeper yet. I don't think Sanchez can be our number one goalkeeper going into the season. But God help us we find a good one, because to me, off the top of my head, I cannot think of any good goalkeeper we can sign. You can comment down below which goalkeeper you think Chelsea should sign. Yeah, so goals. We're going to talk about the goals, both the disallowed goals and the allowed goals. Sorry, I forgot to rate. The first 15 and 20 minutes of both halves. Together I will rate them like 5.5, just because we conceded and we didn't concede in the second half. That's why I would like rate 5.5, because even with it being bad, um it wasn't so bad. Thank God that like Salah's goal was cancelled and we're able to like bounce back, things like that. But yeah, I would say 5.5 for like the two of them. Then yeah, goes the end, like a minute for Enzo, like a minute of appreciation for Enzo, because Enzo today, me, I've always felt like, this 100 million people pay for Enzo. Me, I'm not seeing it though. That's just me. Maybe because obviously the system last season was terrible, and even with that, he was not always looking bad. But I was just not feeling like this money even worth it. But today, he outclassed them, outplayed the Liverpool midfield. Like he stood out. Like even if you are not a football enthusiast, if you just watch that game, like you will notice him, the passes he made. God, if only Chilwell's goal counted, like that would have been something. Because like that pass, I mean, he didn't just do only that. Like he had some of those passes like once or twice, and I was just like, man, if we can just get Cancelo or any other better midfielder to pair with him. Not that Gaga is that terrible, but yeah. So it was from Enzo to Chinwell to the guy that scored, the new guy that scored in the 37th minute. And like I mentioned, like Chilwell's goal that was disallowed by VAR because of offside was also a good goal. Excuse me, I have a code. Was also a good goal. So yeah, that was lovely, very very lovely. I'm happy with both goals. I don't know if I want to talk about like the goal we considered, like was just bad. Like so many people are to blame for that goal. Like obviously the keeper could have done way better. I feel like keeper would have kept that, because keeper keeps like does better with balls on the floor than like shots in the air, which is weird because he's tall. But yeah, so rating the goals we scored, or no, the goal we scored and the goal that was disallowed, I will rate all of them together like a 7/10, a 7/10 for me. Then the subs we had today were James was taken out for Gusto, Chukwuemeka, Martin, Sterling for Modric, Chilwell for Ugochukwu. I feel like I can't really rate Ugochukwu because like he didn't play that long, so I didn't even really see any impact. Not like I didn't even see any impact, just like the time was too short to really judge him on it. Like maybe more in the season, if he plays, we'll see better. Gusto did well, Martin did well, Modric did well, because like our attack became more like explosive into the later, like when it came on, things like that. So I will rate our sub or Pochettino sub 8.5, just because that 1.5, I just can't give him 10/10. And just because like I said, Ugochukwu, we did not watch him enough to make a judgment, or I didn't watch him enough, or I didn't notice anything like to say okay, yeah. Um, what I didn't like and what I liked and didn't like, I would say the guy that scored. Thank God that like he was able to score, because he was having a horrible time, and maybe because of the goal he scored, he had more confidence, and like he had like a better game after him scoring that goal and things like that. And mm, Gallagher too tried. Like he struggled a bit in the beginning of the match, but like throughout the match, like he made some saves, some blocks. No, not some saves, some blocks for us. Like his work rate is why like I don't want us to sell Gaga, just because like I feel like no other player really does what he does sometimes. Sometimes he does the dirty job, and maybe because of that, like he gets found out sometimes because like he's doing a lot. Do you understand? And I really think he really played well today. Like I don't care what anybody says or what anybody has against him. I think he played well today. He obviously is not the standard performance today, but he really did well. He's a honorable mention for me. For me, he's a honorable mention because some of those blocks he made, if he didn't make them, I'm sure they would have led to like a Liverpool goal or something. So yeah. Um yeah, Sanchez to me hasn't he didn't stick out to me. I don't think he can be our number one goalkeeper. God forbid affliction rising the second time. So I don't think he will. Um Players that like stuck out to me, Enzo obviously like I've mentioned, Chilwell, James. I hope that like the injury is not if it's even an injury is not bad. Silva also did well today. Colwell also did well. Um Sterling is 50-50. Like in the sense that like his um production will have been better knowing like kind of player we have seen Sterling be, but he also added a lot, him and James in that first half majorly, a little in the second half also. So I gave Sterling a 7.5/10. At that point five is just like Jara just because like he has done far worse performances, and like since preseason he has not looked so horrible, but like it's still below his quality, right? So yeah, Gallagher gets a 6.6/10 for me, just because of the work rate and everything. Like, I know some people might want to give him higher, but like I said, six just because like he was above average, and he to me he did better than Chukwuemeka. Come for me if you want. Um, Silver 7, James 7, Corwell 7, just because of like Corwell 7, just because of like the first half, like defensive mishaps they were having. But Chilwell and Enzo for me, 9/10, just because I can't give them 10/10. But yeah, all in all, let's not talk about Anthony Taylor because he has had far worse games refereeing Chelsea. So I think today is a good game for him against Chelsea. Like, it's a decent game. Thank God he did not give that penalty against Jackson because it wasn't. When I said I was like, this would be a soft penalty to give, but thank God, like because I doubt that Sanchez would have kept like a penalty against Salah or like Nunez or somebody. But yeah, I've come to the end of my post-match reaction, guys. Like, I hope this video is not long, but please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Comment down below what you think. If you agree with me, what you don't agree, like what you think I didn't touch on. Also, comment down below. I will appreciate it. Yeah, let's go Chelsea. Woo! The season is looking up for us. Bye, guys.